Timothy!
No, just ironically meet and know each other more than it.
No, he doesn't know Tetsu. Tetsu knows him. Wait, is he? Good sir. Deletors! Deleter!
See it anyways.
No more. You know there's gonna be fan art now, right?
You know there's gonna be like a marker with like Kai Blaster waves. Pick up now, right?
There you go. Did he just give him plus? Woo! Link tracker! Give me my links! Get on! Wait. What happened? You delete. Wait, what?
As some of you may know or already seen, we did something new this episode.
Yeah, we just watched the episode and we're going to cover it later, and there's a timestamp below for the episode. But because this is V-Time and this is episode 11, one of my favorite numbers, we're starting off like every other episode. The week's leaks.
Good.
This man. Anyway, we're making this a little bit hopefully faster because last time we ranted a lot, but nonetheless, we're going straight into the leaks. First few things we saw after a lot of the leaders leaks is 2 Pale Moon cards. Now these are very interesting, and I'm going to cover the gray one first because it's not bad. Gray one is Bracia Bunny. It has a skill of Auto Vanguard Rearguard. When placed from hand, cost discard a card from your hand and draw a card. And if your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, soul charge 2. So it's a pretty good setup.
Mm-hmm.
Like you minus a card, but you draw a card, so it kind of fixes your hand if you don't want something in your hand. And if your Vanguard is grade 3, it soul charges 2, which for Pale Moon just means more ammo.
Why can't we have this in Dark Regulars?
Because you guys are primarily soul charge, and almost every single card printed has a word that says soul charge.
But this also soul charges 2. When we have cards that just soul charge 1.
Hey, that one tech I told you about, the guy that goes to soul and soul charges and gets +5, that's soul charge 2 technically.
Where is this?
And it's a Vanguard Rearguard skill, so you can fix your hand early game, which is not bad. And then the grade 3 rare, it has the Excel marker, and it has a very interesting skill that I think can be broken. I'm not a Pale Moon expert, but I think this skill can become broken because its skill is Auto Vanguard. When your unit attacks while it is boosted, cost Counterblast 1 and put 2 rearguards into your soul. And call a card from your soul to rearguard. Now, the reason I say this can be broken is because it is any unit that gets boosted. So the second a unit gets boosted, you can Counterblast 1, put 2 cards to soul, and call a card from your soul.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not a Pale Moon expert, like I said, but if for some reason you call a card from soul, that calls another card from soul, you get essentially an extra column. If you do this properly, you can, with enough counterblasts, just keep bouncing left and right. Now, granted, you are, like I said, I don't know the cards. You might be at a power still. Mm-hmm. Like, you might just be at a certain power cap, which means just one trigger can stop the combo completely. But nonetheless, this presents a form of multi-attacking that does not utilize your hand.
I mean, look at it this way. If you use the cards that call another card out of your soul, you can attack with Excel marker, attack with Excel marker, attack with column, trigger, tuck Excel circles in, bring out something to the Excel circle, then skill, bring out another to Excel circle, Excel circle, this column, skill, do it again, Excel circle.
I was thinking more of the lines of, Excel circles, but I was thinking more of the lines of this column attacks, put this column in the soul, call something, make a new column, this column attacks, and this column, and column, and column, and column, and column.
Oh yeah, but if you need the power from the Excel circles, you can just throw it on the Excel circles.
True, but you have to, in that case, you would have to exhaust a really big hand just to have a field setup that can then combo off that way.
I mean, you're Pale Moon if you're not exhausting your hand already.
I mean, it is Excel, YOLO or nothing.
But I mean, if you see your opponent hit a trigger that the column can't hit, okay, cool. Well, the Excel circle can remedy that.
Yeah, I'm gonna contact our friend Tommy. Shout out to Tommy, and see what he thinks. It should be interesting. Anyway, continuing, and of course, the stream at this point got leaked, and woo! I'm so happy! So, as many of you know, I'm a Murakuma player by accident. Like, I didn't want to pick up the deck. I picked up the deck because I had to, because this one had to pick up DI. And I love the deck. And I know the deck is meta and yada yada yada. I love it for different reasons. So when I saw the stream leak, not only the VR, but also a common grade 1 that helps out the deck so much, oh, you know I got ecstatic. So I'm going to start off with the grade 1. Any comments on this before I start?
You just go ahead. I'll just say things after you're done.
So the grade 1 is Jamming Impader. Its skill is Auto Rearguard. At the end of the battle that it boosted a Vanguard. Cost Soul Blast 1, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 right arrestor or left arrestor from among them, put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. This thing is good for 2 reasons. 1, it looks at top cards and gives you the arrestors that you need for your Zanbaku. And 2, it just pluses to your hand, which in an Excel client is like, yes please. Granted, it does need to be behind the Vanguard, and it is a Soul Blast, which many Murakuma players know Soul is kind of an important resource, and it's something that doesn't get replenished fast enough. But nonetheless, if you play it right, all this can be a utility to the best. And now for the main thing, the VR. Now a lot of people are speculating, like, since we have Zanbaku, the VR, the Zangeki, Dueling Dragon King Zangeki, can't be too OP, or can't have another skill that just makes Murakuma even more broken. Well, technically, he does not have as same a skill as Zanbaku of restricting your opponent, but dear lord, he does finish the game.
Doesn't restrict your opponent. Oh, no.
Oops, I'm technically wrong, but we'll see. So, Zangeki has 2 continuous abilities. The first continuous ability is Continuous Vanguard. If left arrestor is in your front row, this unit gets power plus 5,000. And if right arrestor is in your front row, this unit gets critical plus 1. So it becomes a 17k double critical if you have both left and right arrestor in front row. Disclaimer, I've misplayed that while play testing.
Yeah, but it's also continuous, so it's in your opponent's turn too.
So unless you kill the left arrestor, most Excel clans that are underpowered, good luck hitting. And most other clans, if they can't get enough of a board or commit enough or power enough, 17k is just there sitting there saying, yeah, you're not hitting me. Plus, just a trigger defense on 17k makes it 27 already.
Yeah.
You gotta get rid of that left arrestor if you want to, do some damage. But the reason this guy is such a good finisher, not only is 17k a double critical, his other skill is Continuous Vanguard. If you have a card with Dueling Dragon in its card name in your soul, your opponent cannot call cards other than grade 0 from his or her hand to guard circle. This continuous ability applies for the entire turn and every attack in that turn.
Cool, I'm going to attack with this guy that says you have to use 2 cards for your hand. You got to use 2 grade 0s. Oh, you only have 1? That's sad.
At that point, I'm not putting it on Excel circle. I'm literally just swinging 17. You need to exhaust a lot of shield from your hand.
Yep. It's stupid. It's just stupid.
Very. It is the finisher that Murakuma needed.
Yeah, Murakuma's probably not going to see support for a whole year now.
Yep. And you think of it this way. It says Dueling Dragon. So if you do misride and go him first, you can just ride another one of him and still get the effect off.
But the funny part is after looking at this, does it really need it after this? Because we just see 2 cards and out of arcades, it's just been stupid.
Yeah, the VR is a finisher, and a common sets you up for arresters.
You don't even need the common, just the VR alone just makes it stupid. It's
like, right?
The only thing that deck lacked was a finisher, and it got it.
Just imagine all the other support, like the triple rares and stuff.
I hope the rest of this set for like Dark Irregulars and Pale Moon, I hope it gets this level of bullshit.
Dark Irregulars soon to come. Anyway, next for the leaks, we got on the stream as well. We got a lot of promos, And I don't want to cover every single promo, so I'm going to put a link in the description to a site that has the promos and translated and all the effects. So go at it as you will. These are promos, so more than likely we're not going to see any of them, maybe one or two.
And spoiler alert, they're all not that great.
Some of are okay, some of are not. The Link Joker ones are not leader, and they allude to something else, but we'll see. Anyway, continuing. We had a new Batama League, a rare. It's a grade 1 Stealth Dragon Hitsamatsu Blazer. Honestly, his effect is act rearguard cost, counterblast 1 and put this unit into your soul. And 3 of your units with the same card name as your Vanguard get power plus 5,000 until the end of turn. If 3 got plus 5,000, draw a card. Not a bad Murakumo card. Like, this guy is not going to be implemented in the Murakumo Zanbaku Dueling Dragon build. Just because more than likely you're not going to have 3 copies of your Vanguard on board. Like, you're not going to have 3 Zanbakus on board. You're not going to have 3 Zangekis on board. But 3 of your units with the same card name as your Vanguard, yeah. That's most likely not going to happen unless you are really in a pickle. At that point, it's like, well, damn. Plus, it counts counterblast for the Dueling Dragon build. You want to keep your counterblast at a certain pace so you can do your combos. The plus 5,000 is good and the draw card is good. Now, this card I see being played in the other build, in the Mandela Lore deck build. Because you have a grade 2 that has the same name as your Vanguard, and you have a grade 1 that has the same name as your Vanguard. Put this guy in there, you counterblast 1, you get power up your board even more, and you get to draw a card so it replaces itself.
Yeah.
So for the for the Mandela Lore deck, which I also technically have, I'm honestly going to start playtesting this to see how it goes.
Don't play that. Just play Zanbaku.
It's fun. Mandela Lord's fun.
You want to win, just play Zanbaku.
On a disclaimer, in my current Zanbaku build, I play 2 Mandela Lords, and he's either if I'm going first, my first ride, because he sets up multi-attack, or he's my finisher, when I have a full board and I just want more attackers.
Just play Zangeki and Zanbaku.
There we go. Anywho, continuing on, we had some Dark Irregular leaks. Now, this man's kind of disappointed, Adam.
I mean,
disappointed.
They're rares. You're in your second wave of support in your rares. You're already competing with some stuff in the deck anyways, so... I mean, if it was first wave, maybe, but...
Yep. So we got Dark Soul Conductor, a grade 2, 9k base. Its skill is Auto Guardian Circle. When placed, if your soul and damage zone have 10 or more cards total, you may have this unit get shield plus 10,000 until the end of battle. If you do, when this unit would be retired for that battle, put it on bottom of your deck instead. 15k guard at a condition, and it goes to the bottom of the deck is honestly, it is eh. Like if you have it in hand, cool, you have a guard. But if you don't have anything else in your hand and you have to call this, it's just a 9k vanilla on rear guard. It just does nothing, and it doesn't go to soul. The fact that it goes to the bottom, if it went to soul because of this effect, it would have been a different story.
I get they want to say, hey, you don't have to deck out. But it never really had a problem with decking out unless it's a late game.
Exactly. It's a hit or miss for me with this one.
You're not gonna run it.
No. The other one is kind of the same thing. It's Death Demonic Duke Bale. Ball. Let's have a ball. Anyway, yes, judge me all you want. Anyway, his skill is Auto Rearguard Guardian Circle. When placed, if your soul has 5 or more cards, this unit gets power plus 5,000 and shield plus 5,000 until the end of the turn. So it becomes a 17k on a rear guard, and it becomes a 5k shield on Guardian Circle. So technically you have another 5k in your hand if you want to really use this for guarding. So in a sense, that's not bad. You have an attacker that has a number, and you have an extra shield in hand. In a sense, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And then he has the other skill of Auto Rearguard. When it attacks, counterblast 1 and put another grade 2 or greater rearguard into your soul. Choose one of your opponent's rearguards and retire it.
I mean, it's basically how you would run D-meter on rearguard, except instead of drawing and having a possible guard restrict, you're getting retire power.
Exactly.
It's okay. I get.
I apologize if this offends anybody, but it's a poor man's support grade 3.
Exactly. Like, it's the rare. Or was it rare?
Rare.
Yeah, this isn't the support card you're looking for. It's gonna be something else in this set.
See, the fact that it's had only a rearguard guard circle and rearguard skill, and it has the protect marker. So if you have to ride it on Vanguard, you get the protect, but you don't get anything else. You're just on a vanilla 12k at that point.
I mean, I could have easily seen this become a double rare or triple rare, and it have the Vanguard skill for all of them. Because then it'd be cool. Okay, cool. I'm sitting on a 17k defensive card and a protect clan, which is what you want to do anyways.
Yeah, but at that point it has to be higher rarity like yourself.
Yeah, there's probably better cards to say for that.
Moving on, we got another promo leak. And a lot of people are very disappointed in this because we got Clipping Deleter Evo again. And as many of you know in the previous past, Evo is a really good card. Granted, his cost is Counterblast 2, but what he does is amazing, especially in the Deleter bit of the past. And you'd assume, especially from the art, that it honestly looks cool, that Evo, and this is a promo again, like I said, Evo would do something similar or even better. Well, they kind of fudged him over.
Now, one thing I want to say off before you get that, I want to give props to whoever did the art for Deleters this time around. Definitely better than the originals.
Anyway, Evo's skill is auto rearguard. When placed, costs Counterblast 1 until the end of turn. This unit gets power plus 4,000 for each of your opponent's open rearguards. So, in a sense, for standard, it's not a bad effect.
Yeah, it's not.
But compared to the old Evo,
You're running the old one.
yeah, in premium you're running the old one.
Like,
And this further supports my theory of plus 4,000 and open rearguards. I'm assuming the leader is going to have delete, and then spoilers for later because we did watch the episode. That's a yes or no question that's going to get answered soon. You can probably guess the answer. But moving on, before we get to the episode, we have one more last leak.
Yep.
And this is a big one. It's a triple rare for Shadow Paladin grade 2. Whoops, where'd you go? Dark Bond Trumpeter. Now this took an interesting turn of what Shadows might be doing and what might be gets important and how Shadows are going to play in the new set.
I figured it was going to play this way.
Well, yeah, but this is kind of confirming it.
Yeah, because, like, the Shadows before, the only thing that really screamed, hey, I'm Shadow Paladin, was Phantom Blaster Dragon. So now that we're getting more skills like this, confirms that we're going to be going straight back to the old school style of,
Yep.
I'm going to retire my dudes to do things.
Yep.
And this helps sets it up.
Yep. This is honestly just screaming at us, yes, we want Phantom Blaster Dragon, and honestly we might get more cards that have the specific condition. Like, okay, so its skill is Auto Vanguard Rearguard. When placed, costs Counterblast 1, search your deck for up to 1 power 5,000 card, call it a Rearguard as rest, and shuffle your deck. So you can get those domains out. Granted, they come in rest, so you can't use the main skill, but nonetheless, you get a 5k on the board. Its other skill is the fun one, Auto Vanguard Rearguard. When your power 5,000 Rearguard is placed, this unit gets power 3,000 till the end of turn. So in a sense, you do the mains and this skill and, you know, calls with 5,000 power stuff down, this thing just gets bigger and bigger. Like, it's not hard to get it pretty big.
So I'm going to play this, get a Skull Wish in the main. From hand, Skull Wish in the main. Skill, get another Skull Wish in the main. Phantom Blaster Dragon, sack those. Call more down. Buff, 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 buff.
Pretty much, just introduces more ways to get a field and not utilize your hand as much, just so you can do PBD. And the fact that it supports 5,000 power units just means it supports the main. So, because you can early game call this, call a main, have on a main if you haven't seen one yet, and then for next turn you have on a main there to call more mains, and then more stuff.
Deck thinning.
Exactly.
Because
Deck thinning is deck winning. Anyway, this also supports the fact that PBD skill is going to be very emphasized, and whatever Gust Blaster does is going to be interesting.
I mean, if Gust Buster follows suit of how he used to do, it's more likely going to stack 3 on attack.
Another thing to note is the fact that if this thing has that condition, the only thing it can call right now is a main and triggers, which means more than likely, I'm going to assume we're going to get another Power 5000 unit, a grade 1 or grade 2, shit, even a grade 3, not, more than likely not, but, you know, that can be called.
Honestly, this would be really cool if we get like another 5k grade 2.
Shoot, that'd be interesting.
That'd be very interesting.
It does call it a rest, so it'd be
really
interesting to see what it does.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that was the week's leaks. A little bit faster today, and a lot of good stuff. Like we saw Zangief and we saw Tripper Rare, and we saw more leaders. Like everything got a little bit of love.
Yep.
Did everything get a little bit? Oh, Dark
Yeah.
Regular, Murakumo,
Everything got at least one loot.
Shadow Paladin, and
Murakumo.
Shadow Paladin, Dark Regular,
Pale Moon.
Pelman. Okay,
And
the leaders, of course. So yeah, everything got a bit of love. Not like previous set leaks. You all Narukami and OTT, and then for the towards the end we're just gonna leak the Royal Paladin. You were having fun with that, weren't you?
oh God.
But yeah, let me go to the Card 5 Vanguard official Facebook page just in case to see if we have anything on there. So the whole Christmas thing, them hyping up the episode in Zangeki, week's leaks, nope,
Yep.
nothing really interesting to talk about here.
So on to
The episode.
this.
What did you point? Tell me so I can edit it.
So we can just pop in the clip of us watching it.
I was going to put that at the beginning.
Oh, you said earlier.
1 second. Okay, we're back. Whoops. We're gonna talk about the episode now.
Yeah.
So the episode was an interesting one. We had half fight, half backstory building. Like we saw young Ibuki, we saw young Kai and young Miwa.
I want to say something, please, Vanguard. Don't ever stop in the middle of a fight to do flashbacks ever again.
Just suspense.
Just go through the whole fight. Make it good. Stop doing this.
Yeah. So
Even if it's not my clan, that's very distracting.
yes. So for the backstory and all that, you can watch the episode and get to know that. It's just meeting young Ibuki and how Vanguard with Kai started and yada yada yada. Not really building the motivation for Ibuki or what's happening, but a nice backstory nonetheless. The main part is the fight. The fight between Tetsu and Ibuki. Dark Regular versus Link Jerker.
Which you got basically a ride, start the starting ride, and then a straight cut into the grade 3s.
Yep. Thank you, flashbacks.
Yeah, thank you, flashbacks.
So we just got, the leader, great starters set up. And from the episode context, not many, especially, Coach Tetsu, don't know about the leaders. So that's interesting. Like, the leaders are just like a secret clan. And it, like Alex said, it jumps straight to the grade 2s and the grade 3 rides. So we did see the Dark Regular VR get rode. What it does, unclear.
So basically, he rode, called 2 Gwen Rippers with the Doreen.
Exactly, and on attack.
Just buff dudes.
Yes.
Well,
So what happened is he gained 2 cards in soul from Gwen the Reapers, and he had 3 cards in soul already. So that's 5 cards in soul. We saw what grade 2 he was on, so technically he should have had 2 more cards in soul. So that's 7. The weird part becomes, because honestly, because it's weird because, and I'm gonna have to review the episode real fast. When he attacked, I think 3 units, right? Or was it all of them?
I think it was 3.
Either way, units on the board, including the Vanguard, got buff. Now, a good way to gauge how much power they got is through Gwen the Reaper. Gwen the Reaper has the ability on place Soul Charge, and then the other ability of retiring. Well, it doesn't gain power, so he has a 9k base. Thus, when he gains power, we can gauge how much power he gets. Now, looking at this, I think they made a typo, because Doreen was in the episode, and she had a 16k base, while powering up. No, that's a Vanguard. Oh, that's a Vanguard. Okay, front row.
Well, Dorian should have been at 16 because he's Soul Charge too.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this is the weird part. So Dorian's at 16, and Gwen the Ripper is at 9. So what's happening here is we see four, and I'm gonna put a picture up here when I find it. Let me take a screenshot right now so I can put it up here. So screenshot. Hey, sweetness. Anywho, as you can see, the right Gwen the Ripper has 14 on it, which indicates that he gained a power buff of 5,000. The Vanguard also has 14. I'm assuming that's the Vanguard, not Doreen, because Doreen's at 16, so that's a weird. And then the left Gwen the Ripper, or no, the Vanguard has 21, so I'm assuming the Vanguard gained 9k. Like, the powers are weird, or as where they're placed. Like, it's not completely sure what's happening.
Yeah, they were very vague. Didn't show us like very much of the skill. Just said, hey, here's some power swing.
Exactly.
So
like the 21 on the Gwen Ripper on the left. I don't know if that 21 is connected to the Vanguard or Gwen Ripper, and I don't know if the box is connected to Doreen or the Vanguard. Like, it's really weird.
Basically, we're just gonna have to wait till the actual card comes out to really gauge the merit of it. But at the moment, like, we basically know nothing. We can't even tell you how much, if it even gives power.
Exactly, or even if it's Soul Charges, or even if it has any other ability. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's everything it did. It just buffed the field and attacked.
Yeah.
So another thing to note though is if you let's say the both power buffs are on the rear guards. Well, Doreen for some reason is at 14, and Gwen the Ripper is at 21. So that puts it to 35. Now, if Doreen was at previously at 16, as we saw, and Gwen the Ripper's a 9k base, that puts it at 25. So it comes back to 35 if both units got plus 5,000. So I'm assuming his ability is give all rear guards plus 5,000 power.
Yeah.
Which in a sense is not bad. You're a protect land, you're buffing your field nonetheless. So that's the biggest assumption right now I have is when he attacks, power plus 5,000 to all your units.
We'll have to see. It's probably more than that. If it's a VR.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it can't just have just power. It's gonna have something else. But this was an episode to really just kind of set up for deleters
and show their newest effect.
So
their newest.
they're not going to show all the broken effects of this card because they want the deleter player to win. So they're just going to be like, we'll show as bare minimum as possible to make it like they lose.
Yep. So we saw, and then from that point we saw deleter right there, grade 3, Grayon. His Ibuki's avatar, and spoiler alert, Ibuki has Psyqualia. Ibuki has Psyqualia, so that's 4 guys with Psyqualia now.
Yeah, no, but that's the whole Psyqualia zombie arc, so it kind of should fit.
Anywho, we saw Grayon, and we only saw Grayon's skill. Like, he had a full field, but we didn't see any other effects. Like, we know most of the leader stuff is going off of either kill that, vanish delete that unit, power plus 4,000, or attack power plus 4,000, and when it hits power plus 4,000 and stuff like that. And my speculations were correct. The power plus 5,000 in a Force Clan felt weird. Like it didn't synergize with the way the other cards in Force worked. This is why. Grayon's skill is I'm believing on place, Counterblast 2, and delete your Vanguard. Now, we don't know if it's anything more to that. Like Alex says, it has to retire a rear guard like it says in the manga, right?
Yeah, if it goes like off of the manga, then it should be retire rear guard on top of Counterblast 2. And honestly, the original was that way. And if you're gonna give this thing a force marker, it should still keep at least that same cost.
Exactly. So another thing to know, we didn't see the force marker get placed.
Yeah.
Which could mean that the leaders are not gonna have force. But at the same time, that wouldn't make sense. So that's the completely off-topic speculation that I just thought of and discarded. Okay. But nonetheless, deleters are show. Deleters still delete. Deleters still delete your Vanguard. We saw in an episode the Vanguard was flipped down. Granted, it didn't have a soul. I doubt it's gonna delete the soul as well.
No, it's not.
But nonetheless, you don't have a power and you don't have a grade anymore. Like they said, like basically you're attacking the astral projection, like they said in the episode.
Basically, take deleters. What deleters were from the character booster. Take them out. Put a force marker on it, and then there you go. There should be. This is what it's gonna be like, basically.
Pretty much. And the best part is, now this is where the power creep actually shows. You have plus 4,000 power effects and killing effects on rear guards. And Evo actually makes a little bit more sense, like he gaining power for open rear guards. It makes a lot more sense. It's 4,000. Because you gotta think, the second your Vanguard gets deleted, its power is 0. So you can think of honestly that as a power plus 13 to your front row, or 12 to your front row, depending on your Vanguard.
No, more of a power plus 5. Because if you think about it, if it's power plus 4, that requires a 5k shield to guard it.
Right.
If it's power plus 8, it requires a 10k shield to guard it. If it's power plus 12, it's a 15k shield to guard it. Every time they're adding plus 4, they have to guard with power plus 5.
I think your math's off. I'm not completely sure because it's really early in the morning. I can't math right now, but I think your math's off.
No, in order for the deleted player to guard each increment of 4, they have to guard with at least 5.
Well, that's extra to...
Yes, that's what I'm saying, like extra. So every one of these buffs of 4 means that your opponent has to add 5k extra shield to everything. If you think about it.
I can see that. Like either way, you're gonna be a force client that just gets big ass numbers just because your opponent's Vanguard is 0 and you are gaining plus force.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, it's gonna be interesting. And our friend Madison is already mad because the leaders are gonna.
Well, and this man's probably gonna profit the most out of the marketplace right now because having delete confirmed means that givens are gonna be very, very expensive.
I got 2 givens. Comment below if you want them.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not going to be playing premium. That's a fact right now. I'm not going to be playing premium deleters. I'm probably going to be playing standard deleters. Once, and I know this is going to happen, once Ibuki transitions to Messiah, and we get Messiah and standard, I'm going to be playing Messiah in both premium and standard.
But yeah, that's pretty much the episode, though.
Yeah? Anything else?
Oh, yeah. Because the plot armor, yeah, I was 3 damage, no guard, double critical.
Yeah.
Because, you know... we
Psyqualia.
can't have the Dark Regular guy come back and actually show, like, merit again in the episode. This is a deleter episode. Deleter's gotta win. How? Because crit sacking.
Anyway, I think that's it. My quick episode is really early in the morning this time. Usually we record at night, but we watched the episode. We recorded it right away, and we have a big day ahead of us. But yeah, that was fun. Anything else we want to talk about? Other than we're gonna have the Ezel deck profile soon. I'm working on that. We're gonna possibly also deck profile another deck that I have because I have a lot of them. I have 9 decks right now.
Hopefully soon we can have Madison come in with an Angel Feather deck profile.
And a Neo Nectar deck profile.
Oof.
Sad story with them and those cards, but that's for them to talk and not us.
But very busy schedule.
Yes. I think that's it. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, follow us on Facebook and all that shindig. I've been Philip.
This is Alex.
Happy holidays, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Woo! Do we have bloopers?
Nope. I hate.
Now we do.